Been called in, and that off, and the long distance Wilkinstown Beginners making their journey down the back straight of the first fence. It's Mahler Mission who takes them on to the first, leading Tenzing. Close up is Chartreuse, followed by Capilano Bridge, and A1 slow jump there by Capilano Bridge gave a place to Garde de Sceaux. 5 lengths back to Islo. Fence number 2, Mahler Mission over by a couple of lengths to Chartreuse. Just in second place from Tenzing in the stripes. Capilano Bridge has moved back up on the inside of Garde de Sceaux and A1 as they go towards the third. Islo is adrift at the back of the field. One more fence left in the back straight on this their first circuit. In the lead is Mahler Mission from Capilano Bridge, who's improved into a handy running second place. Then Chartreuse Tenzing, Garde de Sceaux. Racing on the outside rail A1, they're clear from Islo. Fence number 4. Coming out of the back straight, their next fence will be a ditch. Mahler Mission in the lead from Chartreuse Capilano Bridge. Garde de Sceaux in 4th. Tenzing knocked back to 5th. A place in front of stable companion A1. Islo detached. Fence number 5 on the approach to the straight. Mahler Mission from Chartreuse, who jumped up on terms. Sticky was A1 at that. Coming across to the 3 fences in the straight. And it's Mahler Mission continuing to make the running. From Chartreuse, 2 lengths back to Capilano Bridge, and then Garde de Sceaux. That's the grey in between horses, and then Tenzing A1, and Islo the back marker. 3 fences in the straight coming up. Mahler Mission and Ben Harvey. The first to it from Chartreuse, Rachel Blackmore, and then Capilano Bridge, Charlie O'Dwyer, Garde de Sceaux. Jordan Gainford replacing who stood down Davy Russell, generally sore after a fall in the first hurdle. Tenzing Sean O'Keefe towards the near side, who's followed by A1 and Paul Townend. They're out in front of Islo, Luke Dempsey. Onto the fence nearest the stands, the last one next time, and this 3-miler, the Wilkinstown Beginners Chase. Mahler Mission from Capilano Bridge, much closer on the far side. On the stand side is Chartreuse. The 3 across the fence, and then Garde de Sceaux and Tenzing A1. 6 lengths back to Islo as they climb up to the winning line. Finishing on the next circuit, Mahler Mission yet to be headed, leads a length, Capilano Bridge and Chartreuse. 4th is Garde de Sceaux, 5th is Tenzing, and 6th is A1 as they turn away to the fence past halfway. This is their second ditch, the second of 3 ditches. Mahler Mission from Capilano Bridge, Chartreuse, and Garde de Sceaux. Tenzing next, and then A1 with the back marker at the end of a circuit, Islo. The field remains intact. 8 fences left to jump. And it's Mahler Mission by a length and a half to Capilano Bridge and Chartreuse. Improving is Tenzing, as they've just gone by their point of departure. Then Garde de Sceaux, very much in touch, is A1. Now there's 8 to 10 lengths back to Islo, who still trails the field. The first of 4 in the back straight, Mahler Mission from Chartreuse, Capilano Bridge, joined for 3rd by Garde de Sceaux. Then Tenzing and A1. Going to the next on the far side. Just over a mile of the race left. Mahler Mission from Chartreuse, who's wrestled back the 2nd from Capilano Bridge. Then Garde de Sceaux, Tenzing and A1. Second last fence down the far side. Mahler Mission rejoined by Chartreuse. Then Capilano Bridge and Garde de Sceaux, Tenzing and A1. Well cleared of Islo. Heading to the final fence in the back straight. This will be 5 from the end. Mahler Mission on to the last on the far side, leading Chartreuse, Capilano Bridge, Tenzing. A1 on the outside of Garde de Sceaux. as they leave the back straight behind them, deliberate and out of touch. Eastlow. 4 fences left to jump. They head for their final ditch. 5 furlongs to go. Mahler Mission, who's put in a good exhibition up to this point, leads a length and a half. Chantruse 2.5 lengths back to Capilano Bridge, who hit the top. Charlie O'Dwyer limpet-like in the saddle to keep that partnership intact. Tenzing now been got after by Sean O'Keefe in 3rd place to try and close on the 2 leaders. Homeward bound for the final 3 fences. Mahler Mission from Chantruse, Tenzing pushed and shoved along in 3rd, then Garde de Sceaux A1 and Capilano Bridges dropped back. 3 fences left to jump. As they come to the top of the track, Mahler Mission safely over by over 2 lengths to Chantruse. In 3rd and getting reminders is Tenzing, then Garde de Sceaux, Capilano Bridge. Being eased out of it is A1. 2 fences left to jump. They've yet to get to the front running Mahler Mission, who's gone away again from the front. Chantruse, Tenzing, Garde de Sceaux, Capilano Bridge safely over the second last is Mahler Mission. From Tenzing, who sets off in pursuit, but is running out of road as they come towards the final fence. And it's Mahler Mission and Ben Harvey by 7 or 8 lengths. Tenzing second and Garde de Sceaux. And at the last it is Mahler Mission safely over. Has jumped for fun throughout this 3-miler. Is running up the hill well clear with the Wilkinstown Beginners. Mahler Mission has made it all for Ben Harvey and John McConnell. Second is Tenzing. In 3rd, Garde de Sceaux.
As John McConnell joins me now after training his 28th domestic winner over jumps this season with the very impressive Mahler Mission getting off the mark. 3rd time of asking over fences. John, many congratulations. He's jumped really well today, I felt.
Yeah, he's a very clever jumper, Kevin. He can go long, he can go short. Ben was very good on him, gave him a lovely ride as well. And I think it was impressive from the back of the 3rd last down to the 2nd last and last. He put the distance between them, you know. So he looks slow, but he's probably not that slow either. So yeah, he's just a good horse, you know.
And obviously he was a smart horse over hurdles. What was he rated? 141, 42?
Yeah, 141. He won a grade 2 and a listed over hurdles. 7th in an Albert Bartlett. But I mean, you see him there, he looks like a chaser. So he's progressing all the time.
His first run over fences, I know it was a messy race, but he didn't jump at all well that day. But you found a few issues with him afterwards, didn't you?
Yeah, he didn't jump great that day. And we tinkered with his wind after it. Just caught him, I think. He still came back in the bridle tray out and then just got tired. I think Gordon's horse that won it that day is probably a very good horse too, Chemical Energy. So we weren't too disappointed. We knew he'd improve a lot. We took our time with him and we were delighted with his run in Punjabi the last day and thought he'd come on again for it, and he really did there today.
And I'd imagine you were coming here today. Were you quite confident you'd uphold or confirm the form of Chantruse on the Punchestown run?
Well, we were ahead behind him in
Punchestown,
but I thought we had a good chance of reversing it, yeah. And Thomas's horse that won in Punchestown had won, the mare had won again very impressively. So it was a solid enough beginner's chase that day, and you know, we thought we'd have a good chance. We thought Navan would suit him, big galloping track, big fences, you know, so it worked out well.
National Hunt Chase, he looks like that's wrote all over him. Would I be right or wrong saying that?
He got an entry for it anyway. Yeah, like the way he jumps and stays, you'd be very tempted. Unfortunately, Ben's gone pro now, so he can't ride him in it. So I'm sure we wouldn't have a problem getting a good jockey for him. But there's loads of options for him. We'll see what mark he gets from this and then decide what to do. But it's a nice problem to have.
Have you put him in anything else in Cheltenham?
I was just saying there, I can't remember whether I put him in the Brown Advisory or I didn't. I actually can't remember. But you know, there's loads of you know, there's not only Cheltenham, there's loads of other festivals as well. So he's just a nice problem to have, you know.
And ground, he seems versatile regards ground. I know he didn't want the other extreme of too quick. But
he looks like he wants a ploughed field, but actually he goes well on nice ground as well. I wouldn't be afraid of running him on good to yielding down to soft, you know. So, you know, I suppose I haven't had too many really good horses, but I suppose the real good ones go on most ground, you know. And he's just real tough, you know. So it's great.
Yeah, and a great start for Ben as well. He was good and confident on him too. That's his 3rd winner since turning professional just before Christmas.
Yeah, Simon was down to ride end of Bulgers in it, so he couldn't ride him. And I mean, Ben, we had no problem putting up Ben. You know, sure, listen, you're like robbing £5 using Ben. So, you know, he's very good at a fence and knows he has a good clock in his head. You know, we're confident that he'd put up a good show anyway.
You must be delighted how the season's going. Domestically, that's 28 winners over jumps, which is something going.
It's only 3 this year, though. So a bit behind schedule.
That's it's been a long year.
Yeah.
Only into what, week 3 January?
Yeah. But yeah, listen, the horses are going well, and thank God they're staying healthy. You know, I'm always waiting for the blip to come, and sure, listen, if it does, it happens to every yard. But listen, we've got a lot of nice quality horses, especially over jumps. A lot of the owners are putting in more money, and it's shown a little bit, and a good team at home backing us. And it's hard work, but you know, we're reaping the rewards.
Well, long may it continue, and well done. You have a smart horse here in your hands, a Mahler Mission. Well
Cheers,
done.
thanks, Kevin.
And yes, we've seen a really taken performance by Mahler Mission to get off the mark. Third time of asking over fences. I'm delighted to be joined by a Ben Harvey winning rider. And Ben, of course, I said it was your second winner since turning pro. It's your third. I forgot about Seddon bolting up in the Dare Manor Opportunity Chase. Leverson over Christmas. Well done.
Yeah, that was a great day at Christmas, and things have been going great so far since I turned. So nice to get on that lad today. He's a classy horse. His hurdle form was very good coming here today. So I was quite happy to see my name beside him the other morning.
The first time you've ridden him, you've obviously ridden him at home on quite a few occasions. Did you school him much at home?
I could have schooled him over hurdles one day, but I don't think I've sat him over a fence. But his jumping is really stood to him here today, and it's never been an issue. He came from point to point, and it's his third run over fences now, so his experience kind of stood him in good stead here today.
The first day he ran over fences on the track, of course, that was in Cheltenham. He didn't jump great that day. I thought he jumped really well at Punchestown the last day, and I thought it was an exuberant round of jumping today.
Yeah, we kind of put a line through Cheltenham. There's a few things amiss, so he went to Punchestown, and it was just about getting his confidence up, and he jumped brilliant and finished out his race really well. So we were confident coming here today that he'd run a big race. And
you knew he stayed well, so you were happy to let him bowl along in front. I was quite impressed when you met one or two wrong, especially the fourth last. You let him go in and pop. He's very clever.
Yeah, he's for a big horse, he's great use of himself, and shortening has never been an issue for him. So. And you know, I went a nice even gallop on him. He's a proper stayer, so and John's horses are always fit. So we said we'd make plenty of use of that and paid off.
I know you weren't on board the last day, and obviously you're meeting Chantreuse £5 better turns. You bring your claim into it today. But were you confident you'd uphold the form of Chantreuse on the Punchestown run?
Definitely, yeah. We thought with that run under his belt, and we rode him a bit different here today. We thought we'd get the better of him. So look, yeah, he's a classy horse. On hurdle form, he was the horse to beat in this race, so nice that he went and did it. And
trip-wise, he looks a horse that you wouldn't want to be dropping back in trip. 3 miles, he's rode all over him, isn't it?
Yeah, and the rest, John was saying to me on the way in, I probably should have stayed amateur, because he'd probably end up in the 4 miler in Cheltenham. So, but look, we'll let him do that.
He'd be a very good spin for an amateur in Cheltenham. I said John's phone will be ringing now shortly, I'd imagine.
My younger brother is taking up my role, Alex, as the amateur, but he needs to ride a few more winners over fences before he can ride in that, so pressure will be on him now.
Good stuff. And I know you made a good impression as an amateur, rode plenty of winners. Was it something you were thinking about for quite some time to turn professional?
Not really, only when I got down to the £5 claim, I said if I'm going to do it, I have to give it a go now. And I'm glad I did now. It seems to have paid off, and so far so good.
Good stuff. You're with John, what, 2 or 3 mornings a week?
I'm there 6 mornings
6 mornings, right, okay.
Just trying to organise somewhere else to go a day a week, and he's happy for me to go somewhere else a day a week. So, no, I'm enjoying it.
And of course, John's yard is getting bigger and bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, he's buying nice horses all the time, and he trains all sorts of horses. So he's a great man to be associated with. He's been so good to me, and I enjoy working for him. Great
stuff. And you're with Gary Cribben as well. He couldn't be with anyone better over jumps.
Yeah, no, Gary's done a great job. Get me plenty of rides, so I can't thank him enough.
Great stuff. Weight-wise, what's the lowest you do, Ben?
I can climb off 10-10. Any lower than that now, I'd struggle a little bit. But you know, so far it's been all right, you know. And the more riding I'm doing, the lighter I'm getting. So might get it down a bit lower.
Of course, great stuff. Well, many congratulations and a really good performance on Mahler Mission. Well done.
Thanks, Kevin.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.